Yo, 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 yo. You rocking with the fresh. It's the KRUZE review. You know what I'm saying? I'm Don Flisley over here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you rocking.
FTP.
Yeah, straight up and down. You know what I'm saying? I had to get my Churchill downs on today.
Yeah, I was about to say, you know.
Yeah.
It's almost Derby, so.
Yeah, it's almost Derby. You know, Dawn's at the downs. If y'all ever get a chance to come to Kentucky, especially if you're black, you know what I'm saying? Check that Dawn's at the downs, that Millionaires Row. It'll really make you, you know what I'm saying, feel luxury, you know what I'm saying, straight up. So that's why y'all see the brim. You know, I got my uncle, you know what I'm saying, O on today or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You got to be able to switch it up a little bit sometimes, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. But yeah, we back with another, you know what I'm saying, crash and burn. It's been a little minute, lot going on, you know what I'm saying, in music and entertainment, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's time for another one, bro. What we got up for the lineup today?
Well, we got a nice little lineup of subjects, man.
Yeah.
You know, we gonna touch up on some current subjects out there. Then, you know, we got some you know, some past that, you know, maybe a month or two old, but you know, we haven't touched up on them right here on the KRUZE review. So
yeah.
So let's get into this first topic, man. I'm gonna start it off with this. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this whole Jim Jones opinion of Pusha T and his top 50 rating on what is that? Is that the Vibe list or is it
Vibe, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Jones be bugging sometimes, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people, when it comes to their top MCs or top rappers, a lot of people be bugging, but you can just see what, you know, dudes really don't be listening. They don't really got the ear that they think they got with statements like that, you know what I'm saying? Because if Push, at least for the last, for the last 8-9 years, if Push ain't in your top 3 MC list, something's definitely wrong. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't like my guy, you know, because a lot of people, they always say, you know, all he rap about is the drugs he don't have or whatever, you know. Okay, so here's how I'm going to challenge everybody with that, you know, opinion. Okay, one of the greatest filmmakers ever, especially one of the greatest mafia filmmakers ever. Shout out Flush in New York, because he from where I was born at too. Scorsese. Was Scorsese in the mafia?
Okay. Martin Scorsese. I don't know. Was he? I don't know his background. Was he in the mafia?
No, not at all.
Okay. Yeah.
But most of the movies he made was
right.
You know what I'm saying?
I see where you're going with it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, regardless if somebody did something or not, they don't have to be, you know, in that lifestyle. I give you another example, bro. And you can tell this too, because a lot of people that don't like Push, a lot of them never was a wrestling fan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because of the characters.
Right.
And a lot of people that didn't like wrestling, the first thing they would say, oh, it's fake.
Fake, yeah.
Oh, it's fake. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? People get too, what's the word? Get too involved with things, you know what I'm saying?
They take it a little bit too serious.
Yeah, some stuff is just for entertainment. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, as far as, you know, him always rapping about crack or whatever, take that out of it. My thing is this. can the nigga rhyme?
Right.
That's all. When you judging a rapper MC, that's the only question that it should be. It shouldn't be nothing else, especially right now. And niggas up top be bugging. You know what I'm saying? Especially with all of this, gang affiliation coming in and drill rap. You know what I'm saying? Niggas really be bugging. And it don't be the South MCs. It don't even be the West Coast MCs. It be the MCs from up north that, and they wonder why they can't bring the city back or anything like that. Because of that. Come on, man. I mean, when it comes to the list, that's a person's opinion as far as, where they want to, put different
people
in with their list. But, the topic of what he's saying, and then, he was going on, I heard him on different interviews asking, different people. I think he asked Envy and Charlamagne the name 3 Pusha T songs or say one Pusha T verse. You gotta be crazy, man. This dude was nominated for Album of the Year twice for a reason. For a reason. And a lot of that, let's just take it out. We on the KRUZE review. We ain't even gonna use this term no more because it's 2023 going into 24. We gotta stop using the word hating. Everybody ain't hating, but some dudes is just jealous.
Yeah.
Some grown, supposed to be grown men are just jealous. We get it a lot over here just by doing what we doing now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes are just jealous. A lot of dudes watch these videos because they're not a fan. They just jealous. Let me see what these dudes are saying today. Let me go against what they saying or whatever. They jealous. Well, this nigga 4-Eye Fly. This nigga think he got fits in his closet because he always come on here with something new, This nigga, NTP think he all that because this nigga got green eyes. Oh, nigga, I can get some contacts. Yeah. A lot of dudes are just, a lot of dudes, men these days got female tendencies more than the female got the tendencies.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just call a spade a spade. A lot of niggas are just weak, you know what I'm saying? And, they use these interview platforms, you know what I'm saying, as a way to, to get their jealousy out and try to make waves with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, here's the thing. And we're going to put this out, too, on the KRUZE review. You know what I'm saying? Because even on a conversation like, KRUZE conversation or Crash and Burn or whatever, you know what I'm saying? We can still put the challenges out. So, here's the new challenge that, you know what I'm saying, we in our A&R bag, too, on this. Me and Bro. Because I know Bro's going to agree with me as soon as I say this. So, with 2023 going into 24, instead of you MCs and rappers talking about other MCs or rappers or whatever, whether it be a verses or whatever, why don't you challenge the other MC on stage? Why don't you do that? You know what I'm saying? Jones, if you really feel the way you feel against Push, why don't you challenge him on stage and see how many people knows, you know what I'm saying, a Push verse or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why don't you challenge him on stage with the last 2 albums he put out? Why don't you put one of your mixtapes against one of his albums and see the response? Let the crowd tell you.
Yeah.
And that goes for all you MCs. If you got something bad to say about another MC or rapper, challenge him on stage. You know what I'm saying? Let's make it better for the fans. You know what I'm saying? Because regardless if whoever feels the way about Push, I guarantee Push is in the top 3 as far as performance artists.
Yeah, cause I was gonna go into thing about, okay, if Jim Jones say Pusha T, he's not a top 50 rapper. Part of being on that list is having a good catalog. So let's look at Pusha T's catalog.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he came out with the what was that album he came out with Kanye produced? God, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
with the one with the
Whitney Houston.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking.
Yeah,
I can't think of that's.
I forgot the name.
Yeah,
but you know, you look at that album.
That's the album that won album of the year.
Right. Then you look at that, you know, the album he just put out. What was it last year? You know, we done both reviews on that. Y'all make sure y'all check that out.
Absolutely.
And I'm pretty sure, you know, I can't think of the rest of his albums off the top of my head, but Pusha T had good albums coming out.
Yeah.
And in comparison to, you know, Jim Jones, I ain't really never, you know, so far as the Jimmy catalog, I ain't never really can think of an album that really stood out like that in comparison to Pusha T's catalog.
No.
So it's like, I mean, that argument to say that shouldn't be on the top 50, I don't agree with that. Nah. That's a crash for me.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
Yeah, I don't really agree with that one. Just like, bro, that's definitely a crash for me.
Yeah, and here's another thing, not to cut you, bro, but since you said that, I gotta add this in there. Cause you gotta agree with this too, because let's see, it gotta be, let me see. Let me just throw a reasonable number in there. You know what I'm saying? I know it's more than it, but I'm just gonna say a number. As far as concerts goes, and I'm just talking about me and bro, we probably done been to, let me just say 25. I know it's been more than that. We'll just say at least 25 shows, concerts, you know what I'm saying, together. And in our last, going on 23 years of knowing each other. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? We done seen at least, 25 shows, artists or whatever, do shows. At all of those shows, bro, when the DJ's warming up the crowd, I believe out of those 25 shows we done been to, or, it had to be at least 23 times we done heard Grinding come on.
Oh, yeah. Grinding is definitely Grinding is definitely a record that's,
Yeah. So, to me, like I said, this is because Jones already took an L talking too much when it came to, Dipset's versus the Locks.
Yeah.
and he's saying he wants another chance at versus to go against Jada.
I don't know.
That's an automatic L already. But, Jones versus Push, that might be interesting.
That'll be interesting. That'll be a nice So that'll be a nice versus.
Yeah, but even if Ballin versus Grinding, it don't matter where you are in the US, even up top, they're gonna lose it when Grinding comes on. I'm sorry. Over Ball, even in Madison Square Gardens, they're gonna lose it when Grinding comes on. Yeah. Especially if Malice comes out and performs with him.
And Ballin', We Fly High was a big record, but that's a pretty even single right there. Grinding and We Fly High. That's you know what I'm saying? Because We Fly High was a big record, but but Grinding though, it's I think that when that came out, that pretty much changed some shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Straight up. Yeah.
But yeah.
You know, so yeah, like you said, you know, you got to crash on that. I got to go all the way crash. That's just a crash dummy.
A big one.
Yeah. For anybody agreeing with that, you know, because it's a lot of people out here that can't stand Pusha T. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the same people that, you know, feel the way about him is for the same thing, you know? So, you know, if you haven't seen Push live in performance, you really can't judge. You know what I'm saying? If you feel a way about Push, that's all I'm gonna say. Go check him live and see if you feel the same way. Cause you know, one thing Push can do, he can perform. You know what I'm saying? He got a good performance, straight up. You know what I'm saying, as well as records. So yeah, man.
Yeah. Next topic. Let's talk about this recent Jamie Foxx health situation. Any updates? Have you looked into it?
That's a good topic. I was just talking to wifey about that topic because I can't remember who said it. It was somebody in the entertainment field that mentioned it. And I'm glad that it was mentioned because more people need to really take heed to it. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people heed to the, you know, being healthy and all of that. You know, and I don't know which movie that he was doing when it happened because, you know, the word on the street right now is that he was doing a movie and he had a stroke. Or better yet, you know, he had a heart attack. You know. So I'm hoping, I told my wife, I'm hoping it's not the Tyson movie that he's supposed to be making.
I think the movie he was working on, wasn't he working on something with what's the actress's name? Shoot, she was in was it Me, Myself, and Irene?
Carmen Diaz?
Yeah.
Cameron Diaz?
Cameron Diaz.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not too sure, but
I don't know if he was working on multiple movies at the same time, but I think around that time he was doing something with Cameron Diaz or something.
Yeah, this Tyson
some series or something like that.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah,
this Tyson movie's been a couple years in the work because he did a couple interviews talking about how it was gonna be made, and I know he was getting in shape for it. And so, you know, I'm not sure of it, but here's the thing, like, you know, this person said, you know, Jamie Foxx's top tier health is, you know, he cut up, and he really, if he, you know, is working on a Tyson movie, he's really cut up. You know what I'm saying? He gained some weight or whatever. So, you know, a lot of people on the health kick, a lot of people's on, you know, smoothies and not eating pork and not doing this. Look, man, it don't matter. When it's your time, it's your time. You know, you could be, you know, a energy drinker, you know, you could be a avid water drinker. Don't drink soda, no sugar, A1C, all of that. You know, it really don't matter. And this is proof of that. You know, so, you know, it's not to say that you can't cut some things out in your diet and on your daily routine, but, you know, even some of the healthiest people here in the last 4 years since COVID has came into play are really getting sick.
Yeah.
Whether it be something allergies or, and I tell you what's even worse than COVID is a upper respiratory infection. I done had at least 2 to 3 of them, and for me it was 10 times worse than COVID. And upper respiratory infections has killed a lot of people in the last 3 years, a lot of healthy people. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm alluding to, because it really don't matter how much you go to the gym, None of that stuff. And, you know, people have to stop going off on looks. And we're going to get into that deeper in another topic later. You know, people have to stop just, you know, dictating to how somebody looks on the outside, because that can fool you. You know, people talk about women's weight, they talk about men's weight or whatever. Okay, so animals, gorillas are some of the healthiest eating animals on this planet, and look at their size on the outside. They eat a lot of leaves, they eat a lot of vegetables and fruit, you know, bananas, so to say. But, you know, their size and, you know, their weight, it might look like they some carnivores or meat eaters, and they're not. And it's the same thing with humans. You know, monkeys, gorillas, they're like, I believe 60% of, you know, the human makeup or whatever. So, you know, we have to stop judging when it comes to a heavier looking woman. She's out of shape or she's fat. Not so much, because somebody skinnier, a skinnier woman, her diet and her eating routine might be the worst ever. You know what I'm saying? She might have heart failure. She might have, you know, high blood pressure, high cholesterol. You know what I'm saying? So just because somebody looks like they're not the healthiest, you don't know what's going on in somebody's body.
Right.
You know, so we have to stop judging people on looks or whatever, because like I said, by the looks of Jamie Foxx, you know, with him having a personal chef, personal trainer, all of that, it's like, how in the world did that happen to him? Because when it's your time, it's your time, you know. And also, you know, something that was said with this situation is, you know, something else that need to be said with it, because, you know, there's a meme going around about Jamie Foxx where they said that, you know, he didn't get to finish the movie, so he got a stunt double to pick up to, I guess, finish the rest of the movie. And they basically were saying, you know, this is proof that, you know, even with you having a job, you know, sometimes you need to take off and stop being worried about work. And that's very true. And here's the thing, but it, you know, it's been like this since, you know, since Earth was formed. A lot of people, especially our people, black people, man, a lot of us take our jobs way too serious. Yeah. A lot of people don't vacation enough. And you either on this side or you on this side. You know, and the people that take their jobs too seriously, for the ones that don't take it too seriously, they look at them and kind of brown nose them, you know, and turn their nose up like, man, you ain't never at work, or you always take off. That person's living. You only got one life to live. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, with that saying, is like, you know, you can be passionate about work and all of that, but some people just take their jobs way too serious. Way too serious. Instead of putting that into light, you know, instead of getting out here and traveling different places or whatever. I know, you know, that's something me and my wife go through. You know, we was actually talking about it earlier today. We got people that, you know, when they message or they call us and, you know, we ain't spoke to them in a while, one of the first things they say is, well, we don't know if y'all at home or y'all out of town. Good. Good. I actually like that. Good. You know what I'm saying? Because it, you know, it keeps people on the ropes. We're living. You know, we not stopping for nobody, because, you know, you only get one life to live, and there's a lot of things to see. You know, whether you go out of town, even if you don't go out of town, even if you take a staycation, which something we do often as well, people think is the craziest. Why y'all getting a hotel when y'all live there? Because sometimes you got to take a break. Sometimes you got to change the scenery. We deal with a lot of anxiety, a lot of stress, a lot of heavy emotions. A lot of people deal with that because they see the same thing and do the same thing every day for years. Every day without taking a break from reality. You have to take a break from reality. You know what I'm saying? Like my wife said, she said it the other day, FTK, is a friend that we know. and they're trying to, she was trying to do things with her family or whatever. And, my wife, she's one of the best travel agents that ain't a travel agent. You know what I'm saying? She can find you a deal going out of town with no problem. That's something that she's passionate about. She likes seeing people travel, and she was trying to find a deal, and, she's like, it's kind of pricey, but if you and your significant other, go, it'll be a lot cheaper, and y'all need that time. And, the person was like, no, we want to take them. And my wife was like, FTK. She's like, I want to text FTK. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't catch it. I'm like, FTK, what? She's like, yeah, fuck those kids. And I'm like, oh yeah, sometimes excuse my language for the family watching, yeah, I'm trying to stop that. But, sometimes you have to say that because you have to take time for you. You have to tell your kids sometimes, no, you're not going, because you need that time. And a lot of people are stressed and high anxiety because they do the same thing every day, every week. It's the same thing. Even when it comes to a day like today, which is Sunday, people, are so used to cooking Sunday dinner. Sometimes you got to eat out on Sundays.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sometimes you have to say, you know what, I ain't cooking this Sunday. Let's go to a restaurant, or let's go somewhere away, and something people think is crazy too, which we did last week. We went out of town. It wasn't anywhere far, but, we went to one of our favorite restaurants is out of town, and, people like, why, y'all drive to go to eat? Yeah. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yeah, we drive to go eat. One of our favorite things to do is we drive to different neighborhoods to go to different grocery stores. You'd be surprised what you'll find somewhere else. And just that little time that you take, it adds so much value in, to how you're living. So that goes back to the meme that's going around. It's sad that people around Jamie wasn't telling him or, providing him guidance to be like, man, why don't you just chill out for a minute?
Yeah.
Because people don't recognize that stuff until it's too late. Like, man, I wish I would have told him to sit down, and I wish, man, we had this time to go to Hawaii. We could have took a family trip. People don't think about that stuff until it's too late,
Yeah.
Those are things that you gotta think about while you got the time in the space. It's not so much about the money, because it don't cost a lot just to take time, whether you have a staycation and everything. It's so much history inside of Louisville, Kentucky, that people don't even take the time out to even see. Just, like I said earlier, me and my wife went to Dawn's at the Downs this morning. I think it started at 7 a.m. And it's people black people. It's people that's been living here for years that's never been to Churchill Downs. Not one time. And it's like, it's so much history and beauty inside that place, especially for black people. It's like, it's really sad that people don't even take the time. Oh, I didn't even know Churchill Downs had a restaurant in it. It's like crazy. And I mean, there was a buffet, there was breakfast, and just seeing how many beautiful black people that was dressed up in their hats and we probably got the most compliments out of anybody in there just from the colors we wore and how we was matching, you know, and we got them from, you know, black people, but mostly from Caucasians, you know, and it's just sad that more black people don't experience things like that, man. You have to, you know. So I didn't mean to take up too much time with this topic, but all of that needed to be said, man, because, you know, I don't know the state of the, you know, I heard things saying that he's getting better and he's coherent and stuff right now, but it's just really sad that, you know, people, these, you know, entertainers, actors, they have so many yes men people around them instead of having, you know, people that care to tell them, hey man, why don't you take a break?
Yeah.
Yeah. What you got to say about it?
Well, I think there's many ways to look at it, and I think you pretty much highlighted one way to look at it.
Yeah.
But there's another claim that's going out there that this wasn't something that just happened. Mm-hmm. You know, there's another rumor that, you know, this may have been an attempt on Jamie Foxx's life.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So the public don't really know exactly what happened, but, you know, hopefully Jamie can come out of this and, you know, he knows how to move, because I think around this time, I think this is his first directorial film that he's making. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I think this is like an independent movie that he's making. So, you know, with certain things happening in the past, like the Michael Jackson, you know, situation. You know, I know a lot of people forgot about that with the doctor, of him, you know, giving them certain kind of prescription drugs. You know, I don't know, man. We gotta be mindful of who we around and certain things that surrounding our, you know, our life. Mm-hmm. You know, just like bro pointed out, yeah, definitely, you do got to worry about your health. I mean, you do got to be mindful of how you working and things like that. But then also, there might be other factors, like there might be somebody out there to get you. Yeah. Maybe not. Yeah. You know, especially, you know, who Jamie Foxx is, and, yeah, you know, the way that he's trying to, you know what I'm saying, be an independent type of, you know, director and, you know, actor and things like that. So, you know, yeah. But I mean, that's my thought on it. It's many ways to learn from this particular situation. Absolutely. You know, so yeah.
Yep. Good topic.
Yeah. So let's get into a lighter topic. You know, this ain't, you know, we probably ain't gonna take too long on this one, but, you know, I remember bro sent me this video, probably been about 2 or 3 months, but I had seen it though. Let's talk about this 6ix9ine beatdown video. Hey, you reap what you sow, right?
Yeah, you reap what you sow. Yeah, you definitely reap what you sow. You know, hey man, but like I said, because I said this to a couple of months ago. I said, you know, the viewers are gonna be surprised with, you know, my take on it. Is even as much as son was running his mouth and, you know, he deserved what he got, it was corny as ever.
Yeah. I kind of felt bad, you know, because it was like, it was like three or four dudes, you know, and he ain't nothing but, you know, he's probably like 5'2", you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that it was corny as ever in a lot of ways, especially that what you just mentioned. But you know what I'm saying, just the fact of not recognizing that that's actually going to make him even more, you know, famous.
Yeah, you put it on video.
Yeah, than what he was. You know, it was really corny for grown men. You know what I'm saying? To, you know, sometimes you got to recognize when it's like, all right, yeah, you know what I'm saying, I can go to my trunk and kill this person, but for what?
Right.
Yeah, I can knock this dude out with one solid punch, but for what? You know, a lot of people don't recognize their surroundings, you know, after the fact, especially when something's being recorded, because it's gonna have some consequences inside of it somewhere.
Yeah, because I think the guys got charged with assault.
Exactly. Exactly. You know, so you talking about lawyer fees and all of that. It's like, but that, you know, for the simple fact that it was 3 guys that, you know, bigger guys too in the gym, you know, that just, I don't know if all 3 of them did, but I think 2 of them had just got out of prison.
Yeah, I heard something. Yeah, something like that to a certain degree. Yeah.
That was cool. And then for one of them to point out, you know, I'm gonna be famous now, to point that out while he's doing that. It was super corn, man. That you know, you know, he done ran his mouth, and he deserved, you know, something on the end, and it was only a matter of time. But for that to happen like that was, for me, I don't know, it was corny. It was like, all right, next scroll, like, come on.
So what you think? So what you think you get at? You think you get at a crash or a burn right there?
I get at a crash and burn. You know what I'm saying? That's both of them, because, you know, you read what you sold. You know, you had it coming to him, but for it to come like that was just like,
I'm gonna give it a burn, because it's like, and the only reason why I'm gonna give it leaning toward a burn a little bit more, because it's like, okay, you know the type of energy that you put out there, and it's like, okay, you can do all that, but then it's like, you know what I'm saying, you can do all the craziness, but then feel like, okay, I can just live my life regular again. Like, don't nobody remember, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, to me, I think dude just got a little bit too comfortable, you know what I'm saying, you know, moving around. Because a lot of people was like, well, where's his security at? Where's his, you know, he didn't have nobody with him to, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure if he had people with him, them dudes wouldn't have, you know, they would have thought twice about trying something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's something to you know, to put in there too, is like, you know, why you think you can just move around how you can move around?
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, that's not to say that you know, it's right, you know what I'm saying, for them to come and beat him down, but you know, he gotta be mindful himself, especially, you know, going toward the future.
Straight up.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my take on it.
Straight up. Yeah, it's like redundant. Straight up.
Yeah. Okay, we're gonna get into this recent topic. Talk about this Whack 100 Liza Rios and Fat Joe situation. Have you heard about that?
I skimmed through it. I haven't heard too much detail.
Well, the detail is you know, Liza been trying to get some contracts knocked out, you know, dealing with Big Pun's life rights. Yeah, she been trying to get some contracts done, and the story goes that supposedly Fat Joe's been blocking, you know, a lot of the stuff. So I believe she came to Whack about it, and Whack got everything done for her. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Whack got all the contracts done and everything. You know what I'm saying? So it's been a long history of the issues between, you know, Big Pun's wife Liza and Fat Joe. But now it's coming out that, you know, all the stories that Fat Joe been saying about he just pretty much give it to the I don't know, what do you call it? You know, the publishing company, whoever's handling his business, let them deal with it, is the fact that he's been blocking a lot of the contracts and a lot of the business that Liza was trying to get done.
Joe was.
Yeah, Fat Joe. Yeah, so that segue into the to the Cuban link situation too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now that's coming back up. You know what I'm saying? About the, you know, the situation that happened with Cuban Link. You know what I'm saying? The stuff that he was saying from years and years back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? About, you know, blocking. And that also too brings back up, you know, since that's coming to light, the whole Diddy situation of being blackballed and this, that, and the third. Because, you know, I know we talked about that before, about, you know, nobody can quote unquote blackball you, but then in Liza Rios case, we see what's happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how you feel about that? I think, me personally, it's a burn for Whack 100, because he was real in doing that for her. If she was having issues and problems, and he was able to help her out with, you know, getting life rights and things like that for her and the family, that's a burn. But then it's a crash on if Fat Joe's been actually blocking a lot of these contracts and things, you know, for her to get done. It's definitely a crash on that end, man. You know, that's my take on it. What do you say about it?
It's too many things that's involved with the Liza situation. For me, even not to know about it, too much details, it's still a burn for Liza, because Liza had way too many chances. You know what I'm saying? And even for her to go to Whack, for me, it's like, okay, why didn't she go to her son? Why is her son not involved with it?
Yeah, but I don't think he's involved with, like, you know, like the life rights, like getting, you know what I'm saying? Like, say, you know, a lot of the Big Pun business was up under, you know, like publishing and a lot of his stuff was up under like contractual situations. Yeah. And around that time, Fat Joe was like the record exec. You know, he was managing too.
Yeah, he was.
You know what I'm saying? Because Cuban Link had said, like, back in those days, we let Joe do everything. He was our manager. He was a record exec, and, you know, and all that. So, you know, the story came out that, yeah, it's true. He actually been blocking her from doing, you know, future business. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. Yeah, well, even if that's true, that, you know, he was the manager and all of that, I believe to a degree he was, but there's still other factors that's involved. You know, when it comes to a label, publishing, you know what I'm saying? That's just not within himself. Like, he's in charge of decision making. There's still other people.
Yeah, it's other, right. Yeah.
So, my thing is this, man. even with Cuban. You know, Fat Joe, I know he's sick of talking about it. And if you ever get a chance to read Fat Joe's biography, check it out, because he said a lot in his book, you know, which is why, you know, I'm into agreeance with him, because, you know, take away the Big Pun situation, Fat Joe helped a lot of people out, and a lot of people got over Fat Joe. He took some losses, even family members.
Yeah.
So that's why, you know, when he said he didn't take a dime from Big Pun, I believe him. You know what I'm saying? Because for one thing, I'm a New Yorker, so I know how New Yorkers get down. And you know what I'm saying? Talk is cheap and action speaks. Liza, you can already just see what kind of person she is. She's money hungry.
Oh yeah.
So
we said that on past.
Yeah.
I mean, we touched up on this subject on past crashing.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, it's like, how much money can a person give you? You know, this man didn't take a dime from his estate. She should have been good years ago.
Yeah, but from what we don't know, because like I said, the information that's coming out now is like, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
You know, from what we don't know, because
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah,
But even if Wack did you know what he did and got her business, here's the thing with me. Okay, do your thing with this and stop talking about it. Let's not hear about this 2 or 3 years later. Leave it alone. That goes for Cuban too. Because when's the last time we heard a Cuban Link record?
Nah, it's been a while. He might have put out some stuff underground.
But you know, for him to, you know, just get limelight off of talking about it, it's like, homie, man, like you sound like you sound like Irv Gotti talking about Ashanti. Stop crying and do something else. Go, you know, when you get fired from a job, you don't just, you know, stand around and sit around or whatever. You might, you know, get a check for a while, but eventually you have to find another job.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with that, but you know, just like we talked about the Diddy and the
Mace.
Yeah, the Mace and what's the other dude from the band? You know, the dude from Florida. I forgot his name.
Freddie. Yeah,
it's like the Freddie thing.
Yeah.
If it's if the situation's old and you know we gonna let bygones be bygones, it needs to be on both ends. You know what I'm saying? Because if there are certain relationships out there that's preventing, you know what I'm saying? I mean, we know that nobody can be in control of your destiny, but so far as there is, you know, when somebody's a bigger figure and they have certain relationships out there, all it takes is one phone call. And we know for a fact that a lot of that stuff with Cuban back then was happening, because when Fat Joe was on Drink Champs, he told, because DJ F&N was like, yeah, we had, Cuban was supposed to come down and perform.
Yeah.
And, you know, something happened to where, and DJ F&N didn't really know nothing about the Fat Joe and Cuban beef around the time.
Yeah.
And Fat Joe told him, he was like, yeah, if you would have played them records, you know, it would have been an issue.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, to me, if certain things got to be let go, it's got to be let go on both ends.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? On one side of it, yeah, this person can stop talking about it, but on the other side, this person can't blackball, you know, nobody else. No phone calls don't need to be made and be like, nah, you can't deal with this person. Boom, you can't, nah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Very true.
So
Very true.
that's my attitude toward it. You know,
very true.
you know, it's gotta be an equal playing field.
Very true.
You know,
Yeah.
because I mean, maybe, you know, Liza been trying to get things done, but then, you know, you got like, man, I can't do nothing. I'm, you know, Fat Joe's my man, so
Yeah.
that might cause a rift between me and Fat Joe if, you know, I
Yeah.
get this deal done. So,
Very true.
so yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully, man, this will be the end of it. Hopefully, we won't hear no more about it. You know, shouts out to her for getting whatever she Whack got her. You know, hopefully, Whack will shut his ass up. I'm sick of all of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, like, you know, keep it moving, man.
Yeah. One more, man. Talk about this Jonathan Majors situation.
Oh, yeah, that's a good topic.
Yeah, I say the best for
Good
last.
topic, yeah.
Let's talk about this Jonathan Majors situation.
Yeah. Well, it's just like the last situation what we said, you know, about 6ix9ine. You know, I mean, hey, you reap what you sow. You know, I don't discriminate. I'm not a person that discriminates on what another person chooses, how he chooses to live his life. I definitely don't discriminate when it comes to the color of a beautiful woman. It's just me. I don't. Especially, you know, even if it ain't me, because, you know, I'm taking it, you know, but whatever somebody else chooses, what if that makes them happy, whatever they like, hey man, if it's a good thing for you, if it's peace, love, and happiness, so be it. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. Hope everything works out. But in this case, this is the case of dudes having kind of like the gamer background, you know, because if you look at the steps of Jonathan Major, you know, he just, you know, when he was young, he just looked like one of those you know, Amy Black dudes that don't, you know, that's in the anime.
Oh, okay.
You know, kind of gamer dudes,
Yeah.
you know, like the, you know, there's a culture of, you know, and I don't mean no offense because it might be some of y'all watching, so don't take this, you know, as an offense. It is what it is. It's, you know, there are some like nerdy black dudes, you know, that are so into anime and, you know, or whatever. They, you know, they might act as if they know something about a woman, but niggas don't know nothing. There's a culture of black dudes that don't go to the barbershop when they supposed to get that line up. It's cool looking like whatever. They, you know, there's a culture of black dudes that don't be wearing, you know, the proper amount of deodorant like they supposed to wear on a regular day, that don't brush their teeth. You know what I'm saying? It just, you know, throw on whatever, you know, they wear graphic tees from Myers, you know. Yeah. Myers got some dope graphic tees, by the way. But, you know, there's a culture of dude, you know, they don't wipe their sneakers off when they leave the house. You know, they cool with looking bummy, you know what I'm saying, grungy kind of dudes. They don't care about getting a new fit. You know, to them that's a waste of money. You know, they more worried about seeing the newest movie. Super Mario Brothers came out last week. Let's go see that. You know, they don't listen to Pusha T. They don't listen to Nas, but they know about Lupe Fiasco. They can tell you about him. You know, they can tell you some, you know, some Kendrick Lamar songs or whatever. They, you know, they can tell you about Tyler Creator and you know, they can tell you about them. You know, but they ain't been to the barbershop, like I said, in decades. And they definitely don't know about the female makeup. You know, they might recognize a fatty when she walks past, but they definitely ain't about to approach her. They ain't trying to get up on nothing and get behind nothing. They ain't smashing nothing. They smash record is very low, at a very low capacity. You know what I'm saying? So when they get to a point to where they actually are doing something, then they don't know. We know dudes that, you know, do know and know better, and they still go down this same path. You know, just getting any woman that they can. Don't care about who she is, you know what I'm saying? Inside or outside. We know some dudes that's just worried about smashing and they get in this predicament. They still get the messed up woman, you know what I'm saying? So for Jonathan Majors, good brother, amazing actor, man. You know, definitely top 3. He had a major impact coming on movies, man. He had a lot of stuff thrown at him, from playing Dennis Rodman, because that was gonna be a major role for him, and just playing Kane the Conqueror, which he just did in Ant-Man 3, that's a major role. He killed it. He killed it from Marvel. Probably the biggest impact since Robert Downey Jr. playing Iron Man. He was made for this role. And this is unheard of. He had an unheard of role coming to play Otis Redding. Got that taken away from him, all because of a speculation situation. And regardless if he did it, he ain't do it, still. Because a lot of people saying, you know, allegedly, look, man, whether he allegedly did it or not, he did it. Because he didn't give himself the proper time to view the woman that was before him. A lot of you dudes jumped the gun. Let me step, since I got this brim on right here, let me step into my uncle stage, because I said it a lot for the years to come. And I really mean well when I say it. A lot of you dudes, you could tell you dudes ain't have no big brothers, y'all ain't have no uncles. Especially when it comes to females. You know, when you meet a female, it ain't about her looks. It ain't about her having a fatty. It ain't about her having these up here, some knockers on her that could, you know. It ain't about her having a pretty face. If you in your 40s, those should be the last details that you're worried about. It ain't about black or white. Like I said, I don't discriminate. It ain't about that, because I know a lot of people who's going to say, oh, he's just saying that because it's a white. It ain't about that. It ain't. Trust me, it's not. It's about detailing who you're with. Because if he took the time to have some more conversations with this female, he wouldn't even been in that car. He wouldn't even been in. I tell you, one of my biggest pet peeves for years, what I don't like, and I got away from a lot of females just because of this pet peeve. You know, I never liked a white girl wasted woman. That ain't my thing. That ain't never been my thing, because people tell the truth when they drunk. And I don't like no sloppy woman. I don't like no sloppy drunk and all of that. That's the worst thing ever, is to see a woman sloppy drunk. You know, I don't like dealing with that.
Hell no.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't see how dudes, you know, are into that. Everybody got their little, you know, picks on fantasies or whatever. Some dudes, there's a lot of men that's really into a woman being drunk just so they can take advantage of it.
Yeah, they don't care.
You dudes are
That
really
gets him off.
Yeah, a lot of you dudes are nuts,
I
man.
can't, man.
A lot of you dudes. Nah, I'm gonna give us some shots so I can do. Man, that's the worst sex ever. Is a sloppy drunk. I don't care what none of you dudes say. Nah. No. If you think about it, what happened with Tory and Megan? Why did that happen? Because it was liquor involved.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If he took out the time and if she took out the time to really, talk and get to know the person, none of that would have happened.
If you was to take the alcohol away from that situation, that probably would have never happened.
Yeah, straight up.
If they didn't ever drink or anything, and they just went ahead and went about, they probably would. That
probably would never happen. Straight up. So I'm gonna say this, man. The extra conversation when you meet somebody and when you're with somebody needs to be had. If you take more time observing than talking, a lot of situations that people are dealing with today wouldn't have been. It wouldn't be as much divorces if the extra conversation was had and, there was observance going on. Domestic violence situations, it wouldn't be. Sometimes it's just better to walk away. And when it comes to a black man and a woman, regardless of what race she is, you're not gonna win. Even if he, like I said, even if he didn't do what they saying he didn't do, because there's a lot of lawyers that saying they got proof and all of that. Guess what? He did it. Because he was still in the predicament with the woman that he shouldn't have never been in. You could just look at her and tell something ain't right with her.
Right.
I could see the picture and tell, like, nah, what was the point? But it's because, and I said this too a lot of times on videos, there's a lot of women out here that are giving credit to men, especially black men. You're giving a lot of credit to men that are not who you think they are. A lot of these dudes have years upon years of insecurity built up in them. And when they finally get to a place where they look like they don't, and you're giving them this credit, they become something that they're not. So all of this impact with him becoming this actor who he is and doing all of these roles or something like that. And this situation happened right after he just got, the greatest deal of just people loving what he do in these movies, on Creed 3 and, him being cut up and all of that. And, he was even getting, women saying, he's not really handsome, he's funny looking or whatever. It was black women saying that. And then they had a culture of black women saying, I think he looks fine, and what's wrong with him? And, y'all always doing this or whatever. Okay, cool. But even with that, you can tell that, he didn't put enough emphasis on who he thought he was inside of himself to be in the situation that he's in. You know what I'm saying? So with this situation, it's a crash situation for me because he did it to himself by not taking the time to detail who this woman was. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I could tell she's off just by looking at her picture. You know what I'm saying? And it's so many men that's in that. So I know a lot of dudes myself personally, you know what I'm saying, that's in the same predicament with women. And it's like, you shouldn't even have been wasting your time with her in the first place, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know dudes that's gotten their kids taken, that's, paying, extra child support or whatever, gotten lies told at them, that's locked up, all because of stuff that they didn't do, all because the person that they was with. And this is the same situation. So
you know, he did it to himself. And it, you know, it's not to say he can't bounce back from it, but, you know, and I'm sure even he's thinking of it like, man, I shouldn't even have been with her. Mm-hmm. You know, man, we all been in that predicament. Me too. I've been in that predicament before I got married, you know, with a woman I damn sure shouldn't have been with. And, you know, it cost my vehicle being taken and almost everything, all because of the situation was that I never shouldn't have been with her in the first place. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm not on here down talking him or whatever. I did it too. I was stupid for a period of time too. You know what I'm saying? And looking back at it, I wish I could go back them years and smack myself and ask myself, what was you even trying to do?
What was you thinking?
Anyway. You know what I'm saying? It happens to the best of us. But, you know, it's sometimes you have to man up and you have to take the loss, even if you didn't do it. And even if, you know, it wasn't no domestic physical action going on, guess what? Still, you know, people think domestic is just physical. Domestic can be verbal too. So we don't know what he was saying to this woman or whatever that was recorded or picked up, or, you know, we don't know. But the fact of the matter is that he put himself in that predicament just being with her. What you gotta say, bro?
Man, I put a post up on our IG about it. You know, just like the Jamie Foxx type of situation. There's many angles to look at this. Just like, you know, bro said about knowing the type of woman that you're with is very important. You know, that's something that you definitely got to pay attention to, because we don't know how long he's been with this, you know, this woman or not. We don't know if it's been, you know, a couple months, a year, you know what I'm saying? But point is, you got to know the person that you're dealing with. You got to know their background, you know, their history, especially if you dealing with somebody that's outside your race.
Yep.
You know, you got to know what's their relationship with your race.
Yep.
And if it ain't no type of, you know what I'm saying, relations, they don't have no type of dealings or relationship within that, then that might be like a question mark you might have to put on there. You know what I'm saying? You know. But there's another angle that I'm going to get into, because there's been a lot of talk about, that's what he dealing with Becky and da. But there's a reason for that. And I want to point that out.
Black men are not putting up with this stuff anymore. And it's not because black men hate you, dislike you. Black men are tired. Black men are always expected to step out in front, take the slings and arrows and the bullets, such and so forth, and all they want is a place to lay their head and hear you say, baby, I love you, it's gonna be all right, I got you. But black men, when they deal with black women, can't even get a motherfucking moment of peace. Matter of fact, black women are so proud of this shit. Monique made a comedy bit about it. He said Becky will have an argument with her man at night, but then in the morning she'll be like, hey buddy, love you, here's your eggs and such and so forth. Give him a little blowjob because she know he got to get out there and compete. No, but a black woman will wake her ass up early in the morning, takes 3 shots of Red Bull, 2 cups of coffee to talk shit to you all the way until you get in your car, call you on the way there, and be bothering you while you're in your office, fucking with you. Black men have pulled up. I have done this thing. Pulled up to your house where you pay the goddamn bills, where you're the cost to be the boss. You're paying for everything for her, even her kid. And you got black men who sit in the driveway in their own house crying because they know what they're about to go into. That they love that woman enough to fucking sit there and stay, and they can't get a bit of cooperation, submission. Just act right. Other people see this. Other groups of women see this. Do you think other groups of women look at how black women act and envy you? Who else is trying to act like black women? Maybe not
No
look,
one.
act. The average white man in this country makes $50,000, but he gets respect from his women. 2-parent nuclear household. The average black man in this country makes $40,000. Are you saying that the average black man is $10,000 away from white female cooperation? If so, brothers will go out and go get a part-time job to get that $10,000 to get that cooperation. So it ain't about resources and money. Knock that shit off. What is it ultimately about? It's ultimately about, do you like us? Do you like us? And you can tell that most black women don't like black men, because look at where black boys are at the bottom. Ebony, your son may be doing well, but where are black boys? And what grade level are they reading? And what grade do they drop out of school? What do the prospects look like for black boys? Try to put forth an initiative for black boys.
Good.
And My Brother's Keeper initiative. Who destroyed the My Brother's Keeper initiative? It wasn't the Tea Party. It wasn't the Klan. It's black women. They wanted equal stuff for black boys. Wanted equal stuff for black girls. Black women have plenty of stuff. Can't have shit for black boys. You better start taking care of your boys, because your boys ain't stupid. They grow up to be like your son and say, you know what? Y'all don't like us. Y'all don't like us. I can tell you don't like us. I can tell you don't like us when I go outside, how you talk to me. When you wait on me at McDonald's. When you wait on me at Chick-fil-A. When I'm standing in line with you. When I say hi to you. I know y'all don't like me. It don't take a rocket scientist for these boys to see. And then when they get to the age where they start saying, you know what? No, mama. I love you, mama, but they ain't like you. And you trying to tell them, oh, well, son, give him a chance. And he like, no, man. No. And you're like, well, what's wrong with my boy? Why don't he like my black girls? Look at my black daughters. Yeah, but they ain't. But they the whole.
That clip. So I just wanted to play that because, you know, the subject is always the fact that, okay, when a black man gets some money or gets some fame, they run out to get them, you know, a different kind of woman. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But it's not always, I don't think everybody that does that does it because they don't like their women.
Right.
You know, what Kevin Samuels put out there was a more of a valid reason why things like that is happening. Mm-hmm. And in Jonathan Major's case, that he might be one of those type of young guys that he's talking about on that particular clip. Mm-hmm. You know, as he was talking about toward the end about, you know, about some of our young boys coming up in society now, the way that they might have been treated as a boy coming up, dealing with different, you know, sisters and things like that, probably geared him towards, okay, you know, we gotta look at this too. Majority of black men, we're not gay, we're not gonna flip. You know, a lot of sisters sometimes when they get in bad relationship, well, I'm gonna date women. I'm just gonna date. Black men's not gonna do that. We just gonna be like, well, let's just, okay, maybe I need to broaden my spectrum a little bit. Mm-hmm. Maybe I need to kind of look for other races, or be open to, not look for, be open to it. You know, I've always said that, you know, I got to the point where, you know, I got older. You know, I don't know where I heard this phrase from. You know, I may have heard it from one of my old mentors, but this is a phrase that I always put in the back of my mind. Is you always look for the best among you. But if you can't find that, you got to find the best available at that time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, that's what you got to do. You know, is at a certain point in your life that if you can't find the best among you, maybe it's time to start looking for the best available at that time. So with that being said, all this talk about Jonathan Majors, oh, well, he you know, he shouldn't have been dating Becky and this, that, and the third. Well, it might be a reason for that. You know what I'm saying? That's not to say that he don't necessarily like black women. That's just probably during that time, that might have been what one out of the ones that he, you know, been looking at, he found during that time period. Mm-hmm. So basically, I just had to throw that in there. You know, I had to put that angle in the video because I was hearing that talk a lot with this particular situation. Mm-hmm. Is that, well, he shouldn't have been dating Becky, blah, blah, blah. That's what he get, this, that, and the third. But, you know, there's a reason for that.
Absolutely.
You know. Yeah. And to close that out, go back and look at that post, because why is it that Jonathan Majors have, you know, certain situations that happen in the public, and we don't know exactly what happened. Nobody knows. And all of a sudden, he gets things taken away from him. Mm-hmm. You know. So y'all go back and watch that video. I mean that post I put up with Kanye. He talks about that. Why is it that certain people have the power to be able to do that without finding out if certain situations were true or not? You know. But, you know, that's all I'm going to say on this particular topic. Use it out with that.
Yeah.
I would say for me, this is definitely a you know, a crash situation. In closing, I'm just like with bro. You need to be mindful of the person that you with in closing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bottom line.
For all you brothers out there, man, seriously.
You know, black or white too. So don't think just because you get with, you know, your own, something like this can't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it can happen, straight up.
So you got anything else to add, bro?
Nah, that's it, man. I think we done wrapped it up. But y'all stay tuned for more future crash and burns. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Leave your comments below on how you feel, you know, whether you agree or you disagree. You know, feel free. But nevertheless, you rocking with the freshest, the KRUZE review. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm Don Flisley. You know, not Ron Isley, but Don Flisley.
Don Flisley.
Yeah.
And TP.
We out of here, yo.
Yeah.
It is.